This used to be one of the great industrial heartland of the United States, big into steel, big into heavy manufacturing, and the reason was because of what's right here next to me. Moving things on. Water is about 1/12 the cost of moving them by land and country of the nearby Lake Michigan, Milwaukee, just like Chicago, just like Oshkosh and Greenboy, were part of a broader transport network that include the entirety of the upper Midwest of the United States and the New England state and the Mid-Atlantic state. Basically, from here in Chicago, you can take your local rivers and canals out to the Great Lakes, go through the Great Lakes until you get to Erie, and then you have got two choices. You can either take the Mohawk River, Erie Canal, and Hudson to Newark direct, or you can go the long way, which goes through Quebec and Ontario in order to reach the Atlantic Ocean. Then look back around. From Newark, you can go south through the Barrier Island system all the way to Miami. From Miami, you can go through the Barrier Island system all the way to Matamoros, or you can hit New Orleans and go up the Mississippi River and go all the way back up to Chicago Fire Canal that links into the Illinois River. It's the great circle of North America, and it has long been one of the great manufacturing zones of the world until about 1920. And then, in 1920, as part of a disparionary protectionist system, the United States put in place a law called the Jones Act, which says that any cargo transport on any vessel that goes between any two American ports has to be on a vessel that is American owned, captain, crewed, and built. And over the course of the next century, we saw cargo transport on America's waterways drop by 97-98%. Something like that. Anyway, so we have basically taken what has been the world's most beneficial natural geographic feature from an economic point of view and crashed it into irrelevance. Now that we are entering an environment where the United States went to double that the size of its industrial plant in the aftermath, or the soon to be aftermath of the European and especially Chinese failure. We need to start thinking a little bit differently. And that means we need to start looking for things that are very low hanging fruit. In this case, that means getting the waterway back up and running again. Because when you think about the sort of manufacturing that the United States traditionally is not good at, things like electronics, it's largely because you have different price points for a different type of work. The person who does injection molding is not the same as the person who does the coding for the wires. Is not the same who does the software work. You need multiple skills sit in different places. And if you can drop the transport cost for getting those intermediate products among those places, well, then we are looking at something pretty special. And we actually have that built into the American heartland itself. Just requires changing one law, not abolishing changing. Part of the Jones Act, the Interstate Commerce Act, if you will, it's about regulating commerce among the states on the water, and some of that we still need. We clearly need a national regulator, but the rest of it really, honestly, can go away. And if you think that this is a nationalist issue, that we should have this all in American hands, consider that we don't do that for truck, and we don't do that for rail, and we don't do that for air, only for water, only for the thing where we have a massive geographic advantage. So if we are looking for a quick and easy way to simulate economic growth in Wisconsin, in Illinois, in Newark, anywhere in New England, anywhere in the South, anywhere in the Midwest, this is the law hanging fruit. All we have to do is get out of our own way. Okay, thank you for watching your practical analysis.